ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मृतं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to our Iskcon official YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss 32nd chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, in which path of karma, that is fugitive activities, are described, where non-devotees are criticized. So, in 4 verses, sakama karma is described which cannot bestow liberation. So, next 3 verses, niskama karma is described where this by this performance of this yoga, it bestows sajuja mukti. Then next 8 verses, destination of Virat Rupa worshippers and described, and also superiority of bhakti is described. Then in verse 8, the Lord Kapiladev says that those Virat Rupa worshippers, they remain in Satyaloka till lifetime of Brahma. Then they enter into Vishnu and re-enter universe. In this way, sakama karma is criticized by the Lord Kapila. They worship Pitris, interested in dharma, artha and kama, averse to harikatha, go to Pitruloka and back to earth. Paratala, up and down, like that. So by bhakti one can achieve goals of other paths also. In 23, Lord Kapila says, Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Pravujita Janati Asu Vairagyam Jnanam Jat Brahma Darshanam. Engagement in Krishna consciousness and application of devotional service unto Krishna make it possible to advance in knowledge and detachment as well as in self-realization. G Padaseva Swami says that bhajane cha jnana vairagya swata ityaha. One need not have to pursue for knowledge and renunciation, it will come automatically. So in verse 26, the Lord says, Jnana matram param brahma paramatmeswaraha puman drishyadibhi pruthak bhavi bhagavan ekayate. The supreme, the greatest common understanding for all yogis is complete detachment from the matter, which can be achieved by different kinds of yoga. Personality of Godhead alone is complete transcendent knowledge, but according to the different process of understanding, he appears differently, either as impersonal Brahman, as Paramatma, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or as the Purusha Avatar. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada Maharaj says, quoting from Jiva Goswami, that Drishi means jnana, philosophical research. By different processes of philosophical research under different concepts, such as the process of jnana yoga, the same Bhagavan, or Supreme Personality of Godhead, is understood as impersonal Brahman. Similarly, by the eightfold yoga system, he appears as the Paramatma, but in pure Krishna consciousness or knowledge and purity, when one tries to understand the absolute truth, one realizes him as the Supreme Person, the Lord Krishna. In verse 27, Lord says, Etavan eva yogena samagreneha yogina jujyate abhimato hi artho jat asangas tu krishnasaha. The greatest common understanding for all yogis is complete detachment from matter, which can be achieved by different kinds of yoga. Prabhupada Maharaj says in the purport that supreme engagement is engagement of the senses in the service of the Lord. That is the purpose of all yoga. Then in 5 verses, Lord Kapila describes about jnana from 28 to 32. So he says, those who are averse to the transcendental and to the transcendence realize the supreme absolute truth differently through speculative sense perception, and therefore because of mistaken speculation, everything appears to them to be relative. In text 32, Lord says, philosophical research culminates in understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead After achieving this understanding, when one becomes free from the material modes of nature, he attains the stage of devotional service. Either by devotional service directly or by philosophical research, one has to find the same destination, which is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As the Lord says, that Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavanvam Prapadyate. So, there are various paths to realize Lord. Lord says in 32, 33 to 36, these 4 verses. One is action, then sacrifice, charity, austerity, study and discussion of Vedas, control of senses, mind, renunciation of all duties, etc. In verse 33, Lord says, Jatendriyi pruthakdvari artho bahuguna eko nanetyat tadvat bhagavan shastra bhatmavi. Very important verse. A single object is appreciated differently by different senses due to its having different qualities. Similarly, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is one, but according to different scripture injunctions, he appears to be different. Just like one example may be given, that milk, Srimad Gaurabandasa Maharaj gives this example. Milk, it appears cold for the body or for the skin, but it appears sweet to the tongue. It appears white and liquid to the eye, but to the mind, everything is understood about milk. Similarly, the Lord is understood through bhakti. So in verse 39, the Lord says, Lord Kapil continued, this instruction is not meant for the envious, who is eligible to get this knowledge, for the agnostics or for persons who are unclean in their behavior, nor is it for hypocrites.
Hare Rama